From the All Indiana Podcast Network.
The All Indiana Podcast Network.
This is the News 8 Daily 8.
Now the latest news.
Kylie Conway has all the news you need to know.
And more.
Please stand by.
This episode of News 8 Daily 8 is presented by Downtown Indy.
Now, here's Wish TV's Kylie Conway.
Hi, this is Kylie Conway, and this is the News 8 Daily 8 for Wednesday, October 14th. Got a mild start to the day. It will warm up nicely with highs in the mid-70s, but with that warm up will come some strong winds. A cold front moves in tomorrow. Today, Governor Holcomb will hold his weekly news conference to possibly answer two questions that are the top of many minds. Will he make any changes to the reopening plan? And will the mask mandate set to expire this weekend be extended? This comes as Indiana coronavirus hospitalizations are on the rise. Health officials say 1,288 patients are in the hospital right now. That is the highest since May 19th and up 70% in the 3 weeks since Holcomb lifted most restrictions. Case numbers are up sharply. The state has more than 8,500 new cases over the past 5 days, including more than 1,500 cases confirmed yesterday. Health officials also added 27 more deaths to the state's total, now nearing 3,600. So far, more than 138,000 people have tested positive. The numbers land Indiana back on Chicago's emergency travel order. And starting Friday, anyone traveling from Indiana to Chicago for non-work purposes must quarantine for 14 days. And the COVID-19 spike comes as we hit flu season, too. Health officials are urging everyone to get a flu shot. And today, the Shepherd Community Center is making it easy. It's hosting a drive-through flu clinic. You don't even have to get out of your car. Indianapolis EMS is actually going to be the ones giving those flu shots. They've entered into a month-long partnership with Shepherd Community Center and the city and state health departments to give out the much-needed flu vaccines to people who live on the Indy's Near East Side. Health officials say this is the first time an Indiana EMS agency has been used to give out any kind of vaccine, and they're using this as a pilot program on how to best use these emergency services for future mass vaccination efforts, including COVID-19, when a vaccine becomes available. This drive-through flu shot clinic is happening today and the next 2 Wednesdays, so that's October 14th, the 21st, and the 28th. It started at 9 o'clock this morning. It goes until 1 this afternoon, then picks back up from 4 until 8 later today. Again, this is all happening at the Shepherd Community Center on the Near East Side. Lilly is pausing the trial of its antibody treatment for COVID-19. The company is not releasing a specific reason for the timeout, but says it comes at the suggestion of an independent board that oversees such trials. Lilly's antibody therapy is said to give the immune system a head start on fighting the virus. It is similar to a treatment President Trump received. It's the second pause of a coronavirus trial this week. Johnson & Johnson has temporarily stopped its vaccine trial to investigate one volunteer's illness. Westfield, Washington students will go back to class in person after district-wide technology issues. Students spent the last 2 days learning from home. The district worked to solve network, device, and HVAC issues. In a letter to families, administrators wrote that there are still some network issues. It says no one's sensitive information was compromised and the HVAC systems are back online and are now consistent with COVID-19 circulation guidelines. And today is the final day of questions on Capitol Hill for Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett. The Senate Judiciary Committee questioned her for 11 hours yesterday. Barrett's connections to and admiration for the late Justice Antonin Scalia are well known, and several senators pressed Barrett on whether she agrees with his opinions on several high-profile cases. Barrett followed the form of most recent nominees in declining to give specific opinions about future cases. Democrats also pressed her on issues like same-sex marriage and abortion, said the same thing. She couldn't express views or cases or pre-commit to approaching a case any particular way. Lawmakers also asked Barrett if she would recuse herself from cases that could arise from the upcoming election. An initial committee vote is set for tomorrow, which would allow a full Senate vote and likely approval by the end of the month. And some of her colleagues at Notre Dame are calling on her to pause the confirmation process. 88 professors signed the letter, which urges Barrett to release a public statement asking that the process resume after November 3rd. Her colleagues list 3 reasons. Voting in the general election is underway. The late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg asked for the seat to remain open until after the election, and the letter cites the current political climate. The letter acknowledges the risks of halting the process, but says the move could inspire Americans of different beliefs toward a renewed commitment to the common good.
Searching for a romantic summer getaway? Escape with Rich Girl Summer, the new Audible original from Lily Chu. The exquisitely talented Philippa Sue, returning to narrate her 5th Lily Chu title. This time, Philippa is joined by her real-life husband, Stephen Pasquale. Set in Toronto's wealthy cottage country, aka the Hamptons of Canada, Rich Girl Summer follows the story of Valerie, a down-on-her-luck event planner posing as a socialite's long-lost daughter, while piecing together the secrets surrounding a mysterious family and falling deeper and deeper in love with the impossibly hard-to-read and infuriatingly handsome family assistant, Nico. Caught between pretending to belong and unexpectedly finding where she truly fits in, Valerie learns her summer is about to get far more complicated than she ever planned. She's in over her head and head over heels. Listen to Rich Girl Summer now on Audible. Go to audible.com/richgirlsummer.
President Trump and Joe Biden are sparring in swing states. The two are hoping to motivate voters who could cast potentially decisive ballots in states critical to clinching an electoral college victory. President Trump zeroed in on female voters in a crowd in Pennsylvania. Biden spent the day in Florida making his pitch to seniors who he says are paying the price for Trump's poor handling of the pandemic. Former President Barack Obama is scheduled to hit the campaign trail next week for Biden. Officials say the former president will focus on early voting states, including Florida, North Carolina, and Wisconsin. Indiana's absentee ballot deadline is Election Day once again this morning. A federal appeals court overturned a judge's ruling that had extended it. State law says mail-in absentee ballots must be received by noon on Election Day to be counted. A ruling last month added 10 extra days as long as the ballot was postmarked by Election Day to allow for problems related to the pandemic. The appeals court reversed that decision this week, ruling that as long as you can vote in person, your constitutional rights are not being violated. All right, now to business headlines. Apple announced 4 new iPhones in a virtual event yesterday: the iPhone 12, the iPhone 12 Pro, the iPhone 12 Pro Max, and a new, smaller iPhone 12 Mini. All of the phones are 5G equipped, meaning they can connect to the next generation high-speed wireless networks. The Mini is the cheapest at $699. The 12 Pro Max, featuring Apple's biggest ever smartphone display at 6.7 inches, will start at $1,099. The iPhone 12 and 12 Pro will be available for pre-order on October 16th and in store on October 23rd. The iPhone 12 Mini and 12 Pro Max will be available for pre-order on November 6th and in store on November 13th. Facebook will start banning ads that explicitly discourage people from getting vaccinated. Ads advocating for or against legislation or government policies around vaccines, including a COVID-19 vaccine, will still be allowed. The company said in a blog post it will begin to enforce the new global policy in the next few days. The summer travel season was even worse than expected for Delta Airlines, which lost $5.38 billion in the third quarter. Most of the loss stemmed from the cost of paying people to quit and writing down the value of assets, including planes destined for resale or the scrapyard. The rest was linked to a 76% plunge in revenue. As for Amazon Prime Day, far and away the Prime Deal Day winner was Amazon's $10 credit on gift cards. Other popular sellers are a Sony 65-inch TV, Apple AirPods, and the Echo Dot. The Amazon sale continues today. A virtual job fair today is hoping to fill more than 70 positions in Boone County. The Boone County Economic Development Corporation is hosting it at 10:30 this morning. 6 employers are set to be there to attract workers. Positions include general assembly, maintenance technicians, security officers, sewer and water foremen, among many others. Countywide, officials say there are more than 500 full-time positions. More help is on the way for people facing eviction. A new rental assistance program from the state uses $15 million from a federal grant aimed at preventing homelessness. The state's first rental assistance program closed in August. The new program comes with requirements. You must have gotten an eviction notice for non-payment or a notice to vacate. You cannot make more than half of the median income in your area. And as with the first program, landlords must agree to participate. Landlords currently do not have to offer an explanation if they choose not to participate in the program. And now to the Colts. Head coach Frank Reich is working on a game plan to get T.Y. Hilton more involved. In the first 4 games, Hilton was barely targeted on the field. Quarterback Phillip Rivers and his offense have not been throwing the ball deep very often, and that is where Hilton has made big plays over the years. The Colts will take on the Cincinnati Bengals at home on Sunday. 12,500 fans will be allowed inside Lucas Oil Stadium. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 for Wish TV. I'm Kylie Conway, online at wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
This episode of News 8 Daily 8 is presented by Downtown Indy.
Check out more podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.
allindianapodcastnetwork.com.